Make way for Willie!
I think this thing's on. Oh, yeah, red light, okay. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Repairman Dan. I work for Repairall Services. If we can't fix it, it can't be fixed. So basically, you gotta be wondering, who is this guy? He's dressing like a frickin' Fruit Loop in the middle of the summertime, and he's got these big dorky-looking glasses, and he's got crap hanging all off. I gotta tell you something about who I am. I'm a repairman. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Now, where I work is a nice little, wonderful little place. It's called Repairall Services. Hey, what do you know? I think I just mentioned that. But nonetheless, Repairall Services, we got a couple of crazy guys who work in that place. They like to call me the psychotic jerry-rigger to the group, although I can't understand why. Anyhow, I'll tell you about this one job that I had. What was it, about a couple days ago, a gentleman was having a problem with his coffee pot. So I ended up going in there and, his percolator shot, I had to rewire a couple things, and, I made some modifications to the device, but, nonetheless, it was making coffee. Monsters. It was making coffee monsters. See, that's what happens when you pick up your fuel pellets from a whole bunch of guys that, you're doing shady business with them anyway. Never pay for discounted plutonium. At any rate, here we are. We're just out here in this wonderful... Where the hell are we anyway? Let me check here. Well, I'd say that, my watch stopped working, but, as you can tell, I don't got one. Let me see, the sun time power meter. Never leave home without it. Especially if it's your own home dimension. Ah, okay, we're in a negative zone. Basically, it's just, it's like in that movie, The Langoliers, you're kind of in the middle between one time and another and all that other crap. Yeah, well, this thing's completely pointless. The point that I'm trying to get at is wherever I am, this is where I am. And it is loaded with a lot of insects. I guess this is where insects go when they die. Well, at any rate, yes, as you can tell, I am a Sox fan. I figure any working man that lives in the city of Chicago definitely needs to be working for something awesome, something great. And of course, the White Sox, they always work for something awesome and something great. Great, I'm going to end up getting lynched by a bunch of homos up there in Wrigleyville. Such is my life. Of course, you got to be wondering, why am I here? I don't know, I think that, I honestly think that AC unit I was working on, I think I might have cranked up the dimensional parallels a little too high, and, it happens. But of course, you gotta be wondering, why am I in particular talking to you? See, that's a little bit more of a specific question. Well, once upon a time, for probably about a couple 2-3 years, I was working for a place called Bromian Laboratories. And I was one of those low-level lackeys, I used to have to repair a lot of the centrifuges and cyclotrons and, all that big hoity-toity fancy nuclear physics stuff that, every so often you had a scientist that kind of left with an extra head, No, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about, believe me, I mean, if we had the scientific capability to go times dose, I think there's a good possibility that would be an ultimate marketing tool for, Vicodin's good, but, just having a second one, that worked out pretty nicely. Yeah, otherwise, worked in that scene for, a couple, 2-3 years, and, they decided to start laying people off. Naturally, I had to go and find someplace to work. So, There's a little place out there in Oglan, you know, good old Repairall Services. They took me in, and you know, for the last 5 years, I've been doing a couple of repair jobs. Okay, I've been doing a lot of repair jobs. Yeah, you see, I think I'm a little overqualified for this work. At least that's what my boss keeps telling me. But, you know, I'm working. That's all that really matters, right? Huh. Yeah, kind of turned into Sam Beckett there. Woo! That was a doozy. Well, at any rate, ow! Maybe I shouldn't stand so tall. But at any rate, you know, just kind of going about doing my business. If there's anything I love the most, and I'm sure a lot of people happen to love the most, it's the fact that they are working. I just seem to find that, you know, a lot of people don't like me working. Take, for instance, we got a guy in my shop. We call him Sticky. Well, Sticky is a unique kind of guy. Basically, what he likes to do is, if his name doesn't imply one thing, it has to imply a couple. Well, he likes to take stuff. The bad part is, it's stuff that doesn't make any sense. Now, seriously, there was this one time I had a roll of duct tape in my truck. And, you know, I just kind of left it there, you know, in case I needed it, you know. It was one of those things that you need to have for a backup plan. Unfortunately for Sticky, my backup plan is his permanent plan, and that's kind of the reason why I personally don't like working with him, but, well, let me see if I can explain it. The man has not only sticky fingers, but the only thing that he uses is stuff that sticks together. Here's one time, I went to some customer's house, and all of a sudden, I gotta go and I gotta repair all this other crap that Sticky had to do. He took apart a microwave to fix the toaster. Words cannot express. Stupid freaking dimensional portal. I gotta work at a frickin' flux capacitor. For the love of... There. Now I hope you can see me. These dimensional cross rips are starting to annoy the piss out of me. At any rate, where the hell was I? Oh yeah, the wonderful guys that I got working in my shop. Of course, you know, we're a union team. We like to do things, you know, with the union. After all, the union, they take our dues, so they gotta do something. Anyhow, with that being the case, every shop needs to have a shop steward. We don't know much about this guy. Seriously, because the only things that he happens to say is, do you want it done quick, or you want it done right? And do that, and I grieve it. There isn't much I could say about Stewie. Good guy. Conversations, not one of his strong suits. Of course, you know, there's just times where, you know, you have to work out a couple of the stupid bugs and, you know, a couple of the stupid shop stewards. Yeah, I'm thinking about changing unions. But nonetheless, you know, like I said, Stewie's a nice guy. Man, it takes a long time to do a lot of work. And that's kind of the primary reason that... Oh, what the... Ah. I gotta stop buying substandard parts from a bunch of guys that stand in a corner. Who knows where to get that stuff? They could have gotten it out of a Plymouth or something. Never build any dimensional gateways or try to fix an AC unit from parts with a Plymouth. You guys trust me on this. Oh. Well, at any rate, of course there is my shop owner. The man who pretty much started Repairall, the guru. Now, you gotta watch out for the guru. Well, I like to say he's a really great salesman. He knows how to upsell just about anything. What's the nicest way I could put this aside from that? He's a bullshit artist. Oh yeah, you want to talk about a guy who's willing to upgrade you like $20 for a pair of razor blades for your frickin' disposable razor? This man knows how to do it all. Not only is he gifted at being able to fix a lot of stuff, but boy howdy, he can actually explain my antics to a lot of customers. Oh, Nelly. Well, needless to say, you know, I have an interesting job. I keep it interesting for everybody else. And for the most part, I think we're the biggest supplier, as well as the biggest... we're the biggest users of full stick dynamite. Believe me, the last time I had to order a case, it was the aforementioned coffee monster. Well, I guess for right now, I'm just gonna try and figure out where the hell I'm supposed to be. So, forgive me as I say, but it's time for me to move on and try to find home. So, glad we had this conversation. I'm Repairman Dan.
Thank you.